Hello, friends. Welcome to BNM. Happy New Year. As we welcome 2026, New Year means new books to read for a bibliophile like me. But as we wind down from 2025, I wanted to share my top three reads from 2025 that blew my mind. What I'll do is I'll provide an honest ranking of the three books that I like the most that I read this year. No bullshit. Smash the like button if you also love books, and let's dive. Number three on the list is Wedding People by Alison Espach. It's about a woman named Phoebe who checks into a Newport hotel. She's at a rock bottom in her life with no bags, no belongings, no one to tag along. She actually is planning to end her life, and amidst all of those suicidal thoughts, she is mistaken for a guest at a wedding that's being hosted at the same hotel. She gradually bonds with the bride to be Lila amid all the chaos, starts confiding her secrets to it, makes new friends, and even becomes her such a good friend to the point that she becomes her bridesmaid. What follows is a very interesting turn of events. So don't want to spoil. Please give it a read if you like the synopsis that I provided. Personally, for me, the protagonist's Phoebe's raw grief plus the wedding satire that follows gripped me. It's again one of those books that keeps you hooked till the very end, and especially the ending and the flip with the bride to be was genius in my mind. Pure movie worthy stuff, right? In fact, a movie adaptation is already planned for this, if I remember correctly, and definitely one of those books which should be made to a movie. A lot of drama, a lot of emotions that movie would definitely have. But Wedding People is sharp, it's funny, it's emotional. I would give it 7 out of 10. It's a romantic comedy with depth. I usually do not read a lot of rom coms, but this one clearly did the job really well. Number two is Wild Robot series by Peter Brown. It's actually a set of three books, which follows a robot which shipwrecks on an island. It's gradually named Roz. It actually starts learning from animals. So it has a very Mowgli and Jungle King vibe to it. It then adopts a gosling, which it meets during an accident. The Gosling is named as Bright Bill. The robot actually becomes the mother to that Gosling. The robot then goes on to survive different storms, fights Reco bots, but does everything to protect itself and its adopted child. So this book is pure of heart and adventure. Of course, it was written like a kid's book, but then it's it'll definitely be enjoyed by all adults as well. To me personally, the robot Roz's family feels hit home. The way they have narrated those instances and how gradually the robot starts feeling emotional attachment. So the robot is, even if it does not acknowledge that it feels those emotions, the way it becomes protective for its adopted child is amazing to see, right? And it's gradually touched upon beautifully in those three books altogether. The Bright Bill flying episode is epic, so don't want to give you too many details because then it'll be a spoiler. But do check this out. It's a kids book, as I said, but for all, everyone can read it. They'll definitely enjoy. I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. There's already a movie that's been made on the first part of the book. The movie was quite faithful, but it adds voices and fire, whereas book is much deeper, right? In fact, there's a lot of hype to the sequel. There definitely should be a sequel because I can promise you, if you even if you watch the movie and don't read the book, you'd want to know more. So my recommendation, as always, is again go ahead and read those three books before a sequel comes out. Okay, so number one on my list, so the best book that I personally felt I read out of all I read in 2025 was Why So Serious? The biography of Nikola Jokic by Mike Singer. It talks about Nikola Jokic, a basketball player from Serbia, and it's an untold story account for Nikola Jokic from how he became from a Serbia kid to three times most valuable player in NBA. He's also nicknamed and better known as Joker. He's a humble genius, but his family continues to drive him as an individual, even when he's become so successful at the biggest level. Uh, Personally, the vision chapters motivated me a lot. In fact, that motivated me to do my very first video for my YouTube channel on reviewing the Why So Serious book. I personally really recommend it. I recommend it very highly for everyone, even if you do not watch a minute of sports. This should be on your must reads list because there's so many life lessons that are engrossed in this, right? How you can take those inspiration from his life, and how even when he became a champion and he continues to be best player in the league for so many years. Nikola Jokic is so humble, so down to earth, and after a point, he's so immune to the outside fame, adulation, and is so laser focused on what he wants to do from this sports. That's his profession. From a rating perspective, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. As I said, I loved it. It's an essential read in my mind for everyone, even if you aren't a sports fan in general. So, Wedding Chaos, Robot Mom, Jokic Hustle. That's how I'll define my reading journey in 2025. How about you? What would you rate as the best book you read last year? Please comment, and I'd love to go through your recommendations as well. Subscribe for book and movie deep dives that come out on the channel weekly. Hit the notification bell so they are notified when the new video comes out. And as I said, comment your favorites. I'll see you in the rest of the year with more such epic book and movie deep dives. Until then, goodbye and have a great new year.